there, Entangled family. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is our 5th episode. Still in season 1.
Yes.
And this will be the final episode for this season. So look out for the second season where we'll be shaking things up a bit, and we'll be inviting other couples.
Yeah.
To come in, to sit with us, to chat with us. We'll be getting video responses, a number of different things.
Yes, family
right?
friends too.
So,
yes.
right. So in this episode, we want to talk to you about the stranger in your house.
Yeah, there's a stranger in my house.
So what exactly do we mean by stranger in my
house? All right, so we thought about that topic because it ties in with can I fit into your mold?
Right.
And we started thinking more about it, and one of my favorite secular songs is, well, I wouldn't say favorite, but I like it. Stranger in My House by Tamia. And if you listen to the lyrics of that song, it talks about how...
I don't think this generation will know who Tamia is.
Okay.
That's a very old song.
It's a very old song, but those 80s kids would know. So I will ensure that the song is shared on our pages. But the song talks about this lady that she swears that there's a stranger. It's not her husband anymore. And then in the last part of the song, she said, wait, but maybe you are the same, but I have changed. Yes. And that's the part we're going to talk about today. So you believe that the person you have married is no longer the person that you fell in love with. But the truth is, it's the same person you fell in love with, but the person has become technically a stranger to you.
Yes.
And we want to talk about how that, and of course, with us, if we're going to talk about a topic, we have gone through it before.
Oh yes.
So we're not going to talk about anything that we have not gone through, because that's the only way we can help persons along.
And be true.
Yes.
And honest, in our delivery, because we just don't want to talk because we've heard of situations.
That's right.
Or because we think that's the way it is. We talk about what we have experienced.
Yes.
What we have overcome. Somebody can easily become a stranger because they have grown. Because they have, changes have happened in their lives. And
yes.
You just want to talk about that. You can go ahead and take that first one. When you have grown as a person and, your spouse is no longer able to identify who you are. Exactly.
All right. So, again, pointing back to us, there has been so many times that, for example, when I met my husband was in journalism, and he told me all about his plans and dreams about being a journalist and all the plans he had. When he met me, I was not talking about HR. I was not talking about tourism. I was all about tourism, and my plan was to migrate to Canada and be a hotelier and all of those plans. But guess what? I have grown and he has grown.
Yeah.
And the man I'm seeing today is not the man I met how many years ago? 14 years ago. And some persons are now struggling with that in their marriage, that I am stuck at one place. I am still in my old mind, and when we met 12, 14 years ago, I'm still in that, but my spouse has grown and evolved, and I am not matching up to what my spouse wants now. So your spouse has grown, and I want you guys to comment below and tell me, have you ever been in that situation, or are you living that situation now in your marriage, where you're like, you know what, I'm getting to know my spouse again.
All over, right?
All over again. Yes, and that's where the dating comes in. Like, for example, again, the other day I don't know what I was doing, and I asked my husband, what's your favorite color? And he was like, you don't know my favorite color all these years? And I said burnt orange, because that was it when we were courting. He was like, no, I no longer like that color. I'm like, how would I know that you don't like that color? And so guess what? He has grown. He has changed. And I know, so if I was going to buy my shirt or, anything, I was like, okay, burnt orange is him. And he has gone to now blues. Shades of blues and great. So he just had to sit me down. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to court again.
I'm happy you brought up that point. Because this is it, people. The changes happen. And most times, They happen right before our eyes. We see them, but we don't identify them. We see them, but we have been paying attention. So really and truly, it doesn't cement. So what happened? If she was observing, my closet has changed.
Yes.
Mostly blue suits rather than black.
That's true.
I have mostly blue shirts or t-shirts, jeans, whatnot. It's mostly blue.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But then I used to wear like an orange.
Oranges. Tie.
I loved it.
Yes,
right?
but yes.
But it has changed. So a lot of times you find a person's eye is not paying attention enough. Because I already know what I know.
Yes.
And because I know what I know,
so
I hold on to that.
See how you're saying, I'm not paying attention. What is my favorite color?
It's still green. It's still green.
And that's true. You see? So I have not changed. It has been green from ever since we met. And like my favorite dessert has not changed. Well, changed a little bit.
It has?
Yes. What's my favorite dessert?
It's always cheesecake.
Okay, I see borderline red velvet cheesecake.
Since when?
I think I had a
Stranger. Right, so
exactly. So people change, and that happened after I had my first child. All of a sudden, I liked, red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. So you see, there's still a little cream cheese.
Gosh. I would never know.
No, but again, he has a valid point. We are not observant enough.
Right, because we know what we know, and we hold on to what we know.
Yes.
And that is in itself a problem.
Yeah.
Because everything changes. As they say, the only constant in life is change.
Yes.
So everything grows and it changes.
Yes.
Right? And if even the animals grow and they change.
Yes.
But
the question is, how do you change with your partner?
That's the thing. Not all changes are bad. Right? Not all changes are bad. And if it's a good change, one of the easiest ways for that change to for you to fit into that change is by compromise.
Yes.
And again, compromise not necessarily you losing yourself or your identity.
Yes.
Compromise in most cases. Well, it's either I am gonna come over to your side, or you're gonna come over to my side, or we meet in the middle.
Yes, that's true. There's also something that's very common, and we have spoken to me about 2 or 3 couples that have that challenge now in their marriage. So when they met, and nice Christian young man, nice Christian young girl, but know that they're married and one party has grown and has widened their borders sexually. And because they've widened their borders sexually, they want to do different things in the bedroom. And let's say the wife wants to explore things sexually, but because the person has grown and changed, right? How do you change with your partner? And I want you guys to comment, and I want you guys to respond.
And let me just interject. It's a common myth that when somebody changes sexually, that means that they have been exposed to somebody else.
Or,
that's not the case.
Right, or somebody is talking in their ears, or they're being pressured by their friends.
Right.
No?
That's not the case.
No?
Everything in life evolves, it changes, it grows. So the thing that you desire today, based on, because years ago, there's one particular thing, right, that was taboo years ago. And now, it's on videos everywhere.
Yes.
Right? Rum Rasin everywhere. Everywhere. Right? So there was a time when it was taboo. Right? And nobody spoke about it. Nobody would admit to it.
Yes.
Nobody would practice it.
Yes.
But nowadays it's become the norm.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, does that mean that you were exposed to somebody?
No.
Does it mean that you were involved with somebody?
No, your desires just change.
It changes because as a people we evolve.
Yes.
And let me tell you this. The internet, social media, cable, you name it.
Yes, it
has opened our eyes. So there was a time when there was a Jamaican culture versus the US culture versus
Canadian culture.
Listen, right now there's no culture. Everything is just a mismatch right now.
So how, that's the question. And we're answering it based on how we have tried, we try to fit into the person's mold, right? My husband's mold has changed over the years.
Right.
You see the man you see now confident and bold and talking out and
Okay, let's hear it.
he was always talkative, but you see the level of confidence he has now, and he knows what he wants, and he demands what he wants, and he gets what he wants. That was not the person I met. But I have to evolve with him, right? I have to evolve with him, and then constant communication helps. So if the stranger appears, or all of a sudden your spouse wants to do something totally out of the ordinary, and you're like, hold on, where is this man coming from? What is this? Where is this woman coming from all of a sudden? The advice is, do not shut it down. Do not call your friend and say, no, I think my husband is cheating, or I think my wife is cheating, or he's texting someone, or someone is texting him and he's having feelings to do these things and no pressuring me. No, do not take that stance. Your spouse will change. I think there's some theories out there that says every 5 years you change.
You change. Yeah.
Every 5 years you change. And culture, experiences. Like, for example, when I decided to do my master's in 2016, I went to the US. That was totally out of the ordinary. I had no plans to do my master's at that time. As a matter of fact, I had a timeline. I wanted to have my second child first, and I wanted to do certain things before I went to master's. And all of a sudden, I changed. I started desiring to have my master's because of circumstances. I wanted to do my master's. My husband had to fit into my mold at that time. And think about it was such a crazy time.
Yeah.
I am now a full-time student, working, full-time student, a mom, a wife, and traveling here and there. So he had to take on different hats. He had to fit into my mold at this time.
So talk about the compromise. So that's when I had to now go over to her side because I had to look at the bigger picture, and that's that's how compromise really works. You know, when you look at the bigger picture to see who wins.
Yes.
And it's not about me versus you winning.
No.
It's about how much does the relationship win.
Yes.
You know,
the relationship. Exactly.
How much does the unit win?
Yes.
You know, and I think that's where a lot of folks fall down because they make it a me versus you. And I want what I want.
Yes.
You want what you want, and so we'll never be able to come together.
And the stubborn nature comes in. Well, you have changed. And this is not a man, this is a woman I fell in love with. So I'm holding on to my stance. No, we can't take that stance and say, well, I'm done with you now because you have changed. Yes, your spouse will change.
Yeah, they will.
Your spouse will change.
They will. And to go back to what you were saying before, when we met, how I was versus how I am now, a lot of it goes back to you.
Yeah.
Because when we met, not that I was, I was lacking confidence, but I wasn't as determined as I am now. I didn't push as much. And as I said in a previous episode, a lot came easy to me. So I was achieving a lot of things quickly, and I was okay. And then when things started falling apart, that's when I realized that she kept going, she kept pushing and pushing. I just couldn't understand, and I would be the one. I would probably just give up and say, you know what, move on to the next thing. Yeah. And after many years of watching her just push and push and push despite the odds, I started doing the same. And so this person, came alive. That so now I've evolved, right? So this person came alive that I didn't know before. Where even if I'm gonna go it alone, I'm doing it. Even if I don't have the support, if I have to do it alone, I'm doing it.
Yes,
right?
That's true. And again, my husband is now a business owner. He is into a totally different line.
Yeah.
So you know what? When I was used to entertaining conversations of journalism and book writing and newspaper, I was entertaining conversations like those. Now I'm entertaining conversations about technology. You know what? Sometimes I don't know half of what he's saying, but I'm listening because that's what his passion is now.
Right.
So sometimes he's showing me some developments. I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to understand.
Right. No, but that's what happens. You know, as you grow, it takes time for your spouse to catch up. Sometimes they never.
Yes. Sometimes they never.
That's okay.
That's a good point.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because if you're too much alike, there's gonna be a problem.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's good. The difference is good at times.
Yes.
The difference is good at times. And the beauty of it, is that it creates a certain balance in the house. Because now, if we are into the same things all the time, it breeds competition.
It does, and you feel like you're really competing with each other.
Yeah, you're competing with
right, that is true. That is true.
You know?
So, yes, if you see a stranger in your bed, do not kill the stranger. Do not kill the relationship. Don't shut down, but embrace that stranger because it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Like I was telling my husband, because when we're talking about this topic, I said, when he met me, I was all for the home, the backyard, and this big yard space and stuff. And then because we've traveled, he still has that because we both liked that same home setting. So he still likes it, but I am now a high-rise building girl. I'm like a condo because I've traveled. So guess what? I have changed. I've evolved into something else. So what's gonna happen now?
Right.
We're gonna have to compromise.
Right.
We're gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle.
Right.
So we said, well, we have kids, so let's try and get that yard, and later on when the kids are big, we can get our condo.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
on the highest floor. So that's the compromise. But yes, people change, and I expect us to change in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Next 5 years, I'll be 40, 41.
Yep. And the kids will be a little bigger.
Yeah.
So,
Jasmine will be around 6.
Right.
And Javier will be 14, 15. Yeah, 15. So that
expect for the home to change.
Mm-hmm.
The home, because even the kids will have new designs.
Exactly.
Exactly. But I just wanted to touch on something though. This is totally unrelated, but I think it's still relevant.
Yes.
That even in love.
Yes.
In love, the love goes through phases.
Yes.
And so life goes through phases.
Yes.
Everything about you goes through phases.
Really
and I remember when we were courting, it was your father, said to us that there are stages to love. And when you meet someone, you're attracted to what you see.
Mm-hmm. It's a honeymoon stage.
Right, you're attracted to what you see.
Yes.
Your eyes are full and you're, oh my God, it's all about the curves and it's all about the lips and oh my God, that walk and it's all about that.
Yeah.
But then
are gone.
after that, then when you become a couple, now you're used to that.
Yeah.
You're seeing that, every day.
Yes.
Then it moves to the next phase, which now that I'm getting to know you, not that I'm less excited about the curves, but I'm looking beyond just the curves. Yeah. And that's where you step into the phase of disillusionment, right?
Yes.
Because now you start to see the flaws, the negatives. It's not just the beauty, it's not just the intelligence, but beyond that, you begin to see all the flaws and the chaos that's beneath the storm, that's beneath the calm, rather, right?
You see the real
person.
Start seeing the
you realize that this person can cuss and carry on for days, that this person can really quarrel for hours.
Yes.
And you realize that, you know what? I married a stranger. Right? So after that, this is where most marriages die.
Yes.
Because you're in this phase now where you're seeing the real. And you can't handle the real. You weren't prepared for the real. Because you allowed yourself to be stuck at what you saw, the curves, what caught your eye.
Yes.
And your heart got involved. And so you got trapped
Yes, yes.
in that phase,
Yes.
not realizing that you have to look beyond. And that's where, you know, when you're choosing a partner, it is good to choose someone that you don't, not the person that you see right now per
Right.
se, but the person that you see them growing into,
Yes,
evolving
yes,
into.
yes. And you know
Right.
what? At that phase, you know, when it's the honeymoon and there's more of attraction, the real is there, you know.
Yeah.
But you didn't see the real. You didn't see it, you know. You only saw what
You
you
overlooked
wanted.
it.
Yeah, man, you saw what
You
you
overlooked
wanted
it.
to see.
Yeah, it's there.
It's right there.
For example, this young lady, she's complaining, boy, her husband is a slob. He's just nasty. He was nasty before. He was nasty before.
Yes, but you didn't see it.
You didn't just, it's not something that you learn, just pick up and it was there before.
Yes.
But you overlooked it because you were in love.
And you said, no, it's fine. I can
Yeah,
change him.
yeah.
I can change. Don't
Yeah.
worry, I'm there. I can change him.
Never.
No.
Right? So, all of a sudden, the man come home, him don't bed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
And
he
I-
wants to get busy, you know. Right? And she's saying he's nasty, but he was always that way.
Because he needs to take a shower.
He was always that way,
Right.
but she overlooked it because everybody was in heat
And I'm sure if you talk to the man, he's gonna say, but I've been doing this all along.
all along.
So why know you want me to change?
But because the heat kind of toned down a little bit now, all that excitement is all gone, right? So it's no problem.
The question is, when you reach to that point where you're like, I don't know this person in my house, ask yourself, has the person changed? Or
Right.
have you changed?
Right.
Have you changed?
Right.
Maybe
Or have you
changed.
overlooked
Or
something?
have you overlooked something?
Right?
But the bottom line is, work around it.
Yes.
Work around it and try to find the common ground.
Yeah.
And communicate, because as I said, I didn't know, and something the other day, I didn't know you didn't eat a particular food. I remember we were talking in the car and I was saying,
Is there food I don't eat?
yes, there was something you said you don't eat. I'm like, what? I didn't know that. I'm trying to remember what food it was.
I can't remember.
I don't remember either, but there was some food we're talking about and he's like, you know, I don't like it. I'm like, that's weird. So again, talk,
Yeah.
talk and
Gotta
talk,
talk it
communicate,
through. Gotta talk it
communicate.
through.
Yes.
Right.
yes.
And that's how we have managed to get past that phase to the point now where we are building real relationship because we have gone through the first 3 phases
Yeah.
already.
Yes.
And this is where now actually there's nothing at this point that surprises me because I am expecting nothing.
Yes. Keep your mind open.
Right? So nothing surprises me. Why? Because I understand now that people change.
Yes.
And the person that I see today, I may not necessarily see tomorrow.
That's
So my mind is open.
Yes, and we treat each other like that all the time. So, like for example, if my husband said today, D, I want to move to China. I'm already expecting it because I know so many things are happening in our lives
Yeah.
and we're changing, and then the Lord is also processing us.
Right.
You know, Sanika is going to kill me. The last time I mentioned her name, and she was like, Dad, you mentioned my name. I'm going to mention your name again, Sanika. Yesterday, Sanika is my hairdresser, by the way, my hairstylist, so, you know. All right, so Sanika we're talking, and she was talking about processing, that the Lord is processing her. And yes, the Lord will also process you in your marriage.
Yes.
So if he's going to enlarge your borders, if he's going to expand you, then he has to process you.
Yeah.
So if he's going to expand you or make you different, then your spouse may be the one to push you there. So if my husband said, D, I'm going to China because that's where Techie is, I'm going to have to say, well, anywhere you are, I'm in your suitcase, so let's go.
Right.
So we have to
Let's go.
so we have to be fluid with our
Yeah.
partners. Very, very fluid.
Yeah, because the aim of it is to create real lasting love, real lasting relationship. So you know you're gonna have to push past that phase. It's scary because you're literally seeing a stranger. You're seeing someone that
Yes.
you didn't expect that you'll be
Yes,
seeing.
yes.
You know,
Yes.
and before you give up, remember why you got married to this person,
Yes.
right? And for those persons who are not yet married, planning to get married, look at the person to see what they're likely to become.
And at the first wind of something different.
Doesn't mean
right? Doesn't mean you should leave and go to mommy's house, right? Or your parents' house. Yes, we are guilty at that, love to pack up our bags and say, I'm going.
But we're never gone.
But we're never gone.
We've never gone.
I can tell you that. I can tell you how many times I pack up my bag, and I'm packing up my bag, and my husband is packing it out. So I'm packing up, and then one time I was packing up my bag, and all I had was what? Skirts?
Skirts.
Nothing
a bunch of skirts. Nothing else. Just skirts. so sometimes it doesn't make any sense. It just does not make any sense. Write it out, stick it out, work it out. It doesn't make any sense.
So don't leave.
Listen,
don't even go to anybody's house. Stay in your house.
We mentioned
and
this
work
before about the plan B. The moment you have a plan B, you're setting up yourself for failure.
Yeah. Yes.
So you made this vow before man and before God.
Yeah.
You made this vow for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Right? So when the chaos comes, write it out.
Write it out. And talk. People don't talk enough.
They don't communicate. No, they talk. They do talk. They don't communicate.
Yeah. And there are methods. Like
because I can talk. I can say a lot of things and you receive nothing.
Yes.
I didn't communicate.
Yes.
Because I just said a whole bunch of stuff, but she received nothing.
Yes. I already blocked.
So I have to ensure that whatever I say is done in that manner that she's able to receive it.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's able to receive it, then it opens up the door now for her to say something back.
Yes.
And that's where conversation comes in.
And even if you can't talk, because we have tried so many things over the years. Sometimes you're so angry, you really can't talk,
Yeah.
So write.
And that's fine.
Send a message. Text message, WhatsApp, even if you're in the same house, same bed. Because sometimes talking is like you have to gather your thoughts. Right? So I'm sending him a message and I delete that message 10 times because I don't want it to come off insulting or disrespectful. So if you can't talk it out, then write it. Write a letter. Send a message. So it's easy to communicate. When you're angry and heated, the facial expressions, and all of that, it makes it worse. But communicate.
Yeah, man, and the neck.
Mm-hmm.
The neck, the neck.
Yes, and then you're talking to the person walking up and down, walking out of the room.
Yeah. Yeah. Guilty. Oh my goodness. But guess what? You gotta get past that. You gotta push past it because there's better on the other side.
Yeah.
I guarantee there's better on the other side. Why? Because we have gone through that.
Yes.
And we're now in the phase where as I said, we're building.
Yeah.
We're building something lasting. Because I said something the other day, and when I said it, I was like, whoa. I didn't realize how powerful it was until afterwards. And I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but when I leave the face of this earth, I want to be remembered. I don't want to be, I said it this way, I don't want to be liked.
Yeah.
I want to be valued.
Yeah.
I want to be valued. So when I leave the face of this earth, I want people to remember the mark that I made.
Yes.
Not necessarily how, he was such a nice guy.
Yes.
That fades. Emotions fade. I want to be remembered, valued.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's where we are now, where you want to put down roots. And that's why we're doing a series like Entangled.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We have gone through some things that we knew that if we had a couple who was as real as we are talking to us, a lot of things would have avoided.
Yes, and then it would happen, but we would know how
we'd
to
have dealt
deal
with
with
it better.
it.
Yeah, we'd have dealt with it better.
So you're right. So now we are in the phase of building a legacy.
Right.
Legacy doesn't always mean money.
It's not money. That's not money.
You're building a legacy where
that's just a part of it.
Right. So persons can really look back and say, I've learned someone. I've learned from this couple. I've looked on their lives and it has helped me along the way. Right. So guys, expect a stranger in your house.
Right.
And that is the conclusion. Expect a stranger in your house.
Right.
And how you deal with the stranger, welcome the stranger.
Right.
Feed the stranger.
Communicate with the stranger because you may just get to love the stranger.
Communicate.
Because
with
once
the
you begin talking and you begin to understand what's happening with this stranger, then all of a sudden you probably fall in love all over with this stranger.
Exactly.
Right? Because change different does not necessarily mean bad.
Yeah.
Different does not necessarily mean bad.
Right. If you just try it. And my husband, so many times, he would say, D, if you just try it,
Yeah.
you'll see it differently. And that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And I have tried certain things. I can tell you, I grew up very sheltered. For those who know me, I very sheltered life. So there are a lot of things I didn't experience. And I didn't know about certain things. And it was my husband that really walked me through a lot of things in this life.
Okay.
Right? So I've learned so much from him. He has taught me so much, allowed me to experience so much. And all I had to do was open my mind.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. And this is another one of those gems that I have learned over the years, that an open mind is always ready to receive. It's like a glass.
Yes.
If it's already full, there's no space for anything
No
else.
space.
There's no space for anything else. But if you keep it open, empty,
Yes.
right? There's always room to receive. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to receive anything bad.
No.
A lot of times you're going to receive something that's going to change your mind. So powerful, it's going to change your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to change your life forever. In a good way.
Yeah.
Right? So being open is good. It's good. So, stranger, let's go. Let's go.
So thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this episode, and I hope it really helped somebody along the way.
Right.
And that is the aim of Entangled, to help you along the way, so you won't fall in the same ditches we fell into, and had to really climb our way out of it. Literally climb our way out.
Yeah. But remember to like, to share, to subscribe,
and notification.
turn on the notification
Bell.
bell.
Exactly.
Alright.
So like, subscribe, share,
Turn on the notification bell.
turn on that bell.
One more time.
Like,
share,
subscribe,
notification
turn
bell.
on that bell. Alright, until next time, this is Entangled.
And
Stay
we're
tuned.
out.